Hello students, exercise 4 we have finished in last lecture. Now I'm going to start your next exercise, number system, class 9th. So come to the exercise 1.5, and in this exercise we recognize is a given number rational or irrational, classification of the given number. So first number we have 2 plus under root 5, either 2 minus under root 5. Minus under root 5 means when we check it, we can say 2 is clearly rational number, and because of 5 non-perfect square number, so under root 5 is a irrational number. So finally, difference of rational and irrational number or plus of rational number always irrational number. So it is irrational number. And second part, 3 plus under 3, combination of rational and irrational is irrational number, and this is also irrational number. So we solve it, we get 3 plus under root 23 minus under root 23, and finally we get 3, which is rational. Similarly, 2 under root 7 upon 7 under root 7, we divide and solve, we get finally 2 upon 7, which is the form of P upon Q. Clearly we can see, so it is also rational number. Now 1 upon under root 2. So in this case we can see clearly 1 is rational and under root 2 is a irrational, because 2 is a non-perfect square number. That's why here it is a rational number. And in case of 2 pi, it is a multiplication of 2 and pi. 2 is rational and pi is irrational. So multiplication of a rational number to irrational number, we always get a irrational number. So I hope it is clear your mind. And next question is simplify of the following expression. So next question, simplify each, is 3 plus under root 3 and 2 plus under root 2. We apply simply multiplication as distribution law. 3 multiplied by 2, 6, and 3 multiplied by under root 2, 3 under root 2, then under root 3, 2 under root 2 plus 2 under root 3, and when under root 3 multiplied by 2 under root 2, under root 6. This is the final multiplication, and now there is no two terms are equal, so we can add or subtract. And the second part, 3 plus under root 3 and 3 minus under root 3. In this case we can check first the digits 3 equal to first digit 3 and second also same, the sign difference, so we using identity. We have identity in whole number, real numbers and rational numbers also. A plus B and A minus B must be equal to A square minus B square. So we can use it and you will solve yourself. Second one is under root 5 plus under root 2. So in the same question we can using the identity A plus B whole square, and we have read about the identity in last class also, but I am explaining here. A square plus 2AB plus B square, and in this case A is equal to under root 5 and B is equal to under root 2. Using the digits and explain yourself and find the answer and tell the correct answer. So again do yourself. Third one, it is under root 5 minus under root 2 and under root 5 plus under root 2 is the same, A minus B and A plus B. So identity A minus B and A plus B equal to A square minus B square. I am using here the same identity a मतलब √5 means √5 square minus √2 square. So square of √5 is 5 and square of √2 is 2. So 3 is the solution of this question. So these are the parts of question 2. Now very important and subconscious question number next is, so try to understand first question. The solution is very simple because it is related to our previous knowledge and knowledge about the rational numbers and knowledge about the integers also. Recall pi is defined as the ratio of the circumference of the circle to the diameter of a circle. That is pi is equal to c upon d. We know very well about the pi. In last class we can study also. Pi must be equal to c upon d. So when we read pi equal to c upon d, it looks like a rational number because the form of p upon q, as c is p, d is q. But when we study deeply, we can check in the formula, in the definition of rational number, we define that p and q must be integers. But in case of c and d, c and d may not be integer or may not be rational also. So result is that there is no contradiction in this question. Pi is definitely a rational number because c and d are not integers. Okay, it should be clear in mind also. Now next question of this exercise, represent √9.3. It is clear to the question that √9.3 is a irrational number. So how will we represent irrational number on number line? So try to understand clearly. First step, draw a line AB is equal to given number in under root. So given number under 9.3. So first draw a line AB 9.3 centimeter. And second step, extend AB to C as BC is equal to 1 centimeter. This is the important step. Extend AB to C 1 centimeter and make a perpendicular bisector of AC. So take more than half distance of AC. We will arc and draw perpendicular bisector of AC which intersect AC at another point. You can say O, and taking O as a center and OA as a radius, we draw a semicircle. Clear? And now at point B we construct a perpendicular. I hope you construct perpendicular at B which intersect a semicircle at any point E. And finally this distance DE is equal to under root 9.3. And as taking a number line, use the compass and using distance B to E and draw it in same time. So here is point F. So BE must be equal to BF. This is the common way to represent any irrational number which is given in the under root form. We can represent on number line easily. And now last exercise of this chapter, or before starting the exercise, I am going to explain some laws of exponent for the real number. Although all the rules are same as for the whole numbers and integer, but I am going to explain. Okay, last question of this question chapter. rationalize the denominator. Rationalize the denominator. Means 1 upon root 7 is a form of number in which denominator is under root 7, which is irrational. So how will we rationalize under root 7? Clearly we can see its denominator is under root 7. Under root 7 only converted to 7 when it multiply by under root 7. So multiply and divide. Multiply and divide by under root 7. Generally we can use conjugate of the given number, but here under root 7's conjugate is also under root 7. So multiply by under root 7 and multiply by under root 7. So under root 7, and when you multiply under root 7 to under root 7, finally we get 7. So denominator becomes rational. And second part, under root 7 plus under root minus under root 6. So conjugate of number, conjugate of under root 7 minus under root 6, under root 7 plus under root 6. So we will multiply and divide the same. So we get 1 upon under root 7 minus under root 6 multiplied by under root 7 plus under root 6 upon under root 7 plus under root 6. So we get as case of numerator under root 7 plus under root 6, and in case of denominator we using the identity a plus b and a minus b, under root 7 square minus under root 6 square, here under root 7 plus under root 6 upon 7 minus 6, and finally we get under root 7 plus under root 6, and its denominator is become rational. And the next one is under root 5 plus under root 2. So I can help you to multiply under root 5 minus under root 2 is the conjugate. So we multiply this number numerator and denominator, and you finally get your rationalize the denominator of this number. And under root 7 minus under root 2, you will multiply by under root 7 plus under root 7 plus 2, because it is the conjugate of the given conjugate of denominator. So multiply and divide by the under root 7 plus 7, and finally you can solve and do yourself. Now laws of exponent, whatever I am going to explain for you. That a is greater than 0 in real numbers and m is and b the rational numbers. So power of n into dot a of n equal to, when multiply the, is called as base. A called the base and it is called exponent. So when you multiply the such type of numbers, with base are same and exponents are different, then powers or exponent going to be added. A power n plus n. In case of division, when we divide, the base are same but exponent are different, then a to the power m minus n, or the same form is a upon m upon a upon n is coming with am minus n, is the same form. When a have minus exponent, so it will equal to 1 upon a, its converse, and 0 is the exponent of any number, it is always equal to 1. And in this form, m is the exponent of a, and again n is the exponent whole, so it will come a exponent m into n. And in this cases, exponent a is m, and exponent of b is also m. In the same exponent, we can write a into b whole exponent in m form. So in the next exercise, we use the same properties, and we are going to solve the question of exercise 1.6. Okay. First question, first part of exercise 1.6. We have 64 exponent 1/2. So we can factorize 64 in the form of 2, in the form of 4, and in the form of 8 also. So simply we have the exponent is 1/2. So we write 8 into 8. Exponent is 1/2. 8, 2 into 1/2. According to law of exponent, we get 8, the final answer. And in case of 32 to the power 1/5, we can factorize 32 in the form of 2. So we get 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. Now we check. 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8, 8 to the 16, 16 to the 32. And exponent is 1/5, and 2 is 5 times, so we can write 2 to the 5 into 1/5. 5 to 5 cancel, and finally we get answer 2. And now 9 3/2. So again factorize 9, we get 3 into 3, here 3/2, and we can write it as 3/2 into 3/2, so 2 by cancel, and 3 to the power 3, and expand it, we get 3 multiplied by 3 by 3 times, so finally 27. And the remaining part of the same question you will solve. Definitely you can solve because all the parts are so simple. And the next one, question number 3. Oh, first part of 3. Some different kinds, but properties are going to be same. 2/3 power 2 and 1/3 power 2. In this case, we can see the base are same and exponent are different. So we can use first property when base are same. In the case of multiplication, we add the exponent and we get 2 to the power 3 is here, and 2 plus 1 to the power 3/3 equal to 2. Second part has the same 1/3 of 3 whole power 7. So whole power multiply to remaining power, and finally I know you should solve yourself. The third part, base are same and exponent are different. So it's going to be 11 to the power 1/2 minus 1/4 equal to 11. 4, 2 to the 4 minus 1 means 11 to the power 1/2. These are the solutions of the questions of the exercise, and some rest part, part number 2 and 4 of the question you will solve at your home. Do yourself. Definitely you can solve. There is no problem to solve the questions. And with the end of this exercise, your chapter first, Namasastra, has finished. So stay at home and stay safe. घर पे रहिए, पेरेंट्स का कहना मानिए, ज़्यादा शैतानी मत करिए और घर पे रिवाइज करते रहिए. Thank you. Have a nice day.